Hello everybody, Simon with Quigg Coins and Bullion here, and today I'm doing, as promised, a PCGS and CAC stickering submission. I'm going to walk you through what I'm sending in and why, but I just want to give you guys an update on the showcases coming along nicely per usual. Most of the same stuff from last time. We did pick up some more 90% and fine silver here. Looking good as usual, plenty of other odds and ends here. Just going to do a high flyover since it hasn't changed too much since the last video on Wednesday. Paper currency, all this premium silver is up for auction on eBay. We are starting at about 70% of comps, so you guys can get it at a pretty solid price. And I am slowly tearing through these books here. These are the old ones. I'm getting them parted out. So if you guys are looking for dates, please let me know. But let's dive into the submission review and see what I pulled aside to send in. All right, everybody. So let's start with the PCGS submission. I will be at a few shows this month. I will be at Roseville, South St. Paul, and the Fargo show. If you guys are interested in meeting up there with me, please let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to meet you guys and buy and sell things with you as well. But no shows directly this weekend, so probably try to come up with something exciting for next week for you guys. But we'll start with the submission here for PCGS. These are all probably going to go in on the most economy level, but I know that I'll need to pay up for the, a lot of these exceed their minimum of like $300, but I pulled this 1877 out of the last album I purchased. This is not the really nice expensive one, but this is probably still going to be around the $1,000 mark. My guess is it's going to be high VG, low fine for this. Nice feathers, a little bit weakness on the rim. And I'm hoping that it doesn't get damaged or a damaged notation with that hit on the end. Otherwise, this is a very pleasing coin here. I would be very happy to get that in a straight grade. I should say that 1, 2, 3 of these, 4 of these are mine, and these 2 are for a customer. This is a 22 no-D that I had purchased as part of a collection. I really like this coin. It does have the die markers of the strong reverse. It's really nice. And from what I understand, this is a genuine coin. I can't see any evidence of tampering. I checked the PCGS photo grade, and I do think that this would be a nice example. The front is the obverse is pretty weak, but the reverse has great wheat stocks. I'm hoping for at least a VF on this one here. The next one I did find is going through bulk wheat cents. It's probably the most interesting variety that I found in wheat cents. Let me grab my loop here. This is the 1936 doubled die. So get that dialed in for you guys. It's not very expensive, and then you can see the doubling in the In God We Trust. And I wasn't like specifically looking for it, but I could just kind of see that the doubling on the 36 was the lettering on 36 was very thick due to the doubling. But that's probably like a $50 coin, but I just want to get it certified for just for fun. 1921, this is the D. This is the most expensive coin in the Walking Liberty $half set. Hopefully get a nice VG on this. I'd be very happy with a fine, but I think this will very solidly comp out at a VG. This is probably $350 once it's certified there. And these last 2 are for customers. So I believe that this is a Henning nickel, and it's difficult to tell. There should be for one, it is a 44, and it doesn't have the, let me get this situated, no mint mark above the Monticello, and then you should see the hanging R on there. So it does weigh like it should for a Henning nickel, but I want to get this certified for him to see if it is genuine. probably a couple $100 and something like that. And then this last one here is for the same customer. This is a phenomenal, probably questionable color. This is a 1909 S, and it just a lot of detail left on this coin, but there is like no luster on it. Very, very flat. So the expectation is that this comes back genuine, uncirculated details. And I did check the die markers for the S and the location of the mint mark, and it appears to be in the right spot. So worst case would be added mint mark. Best case would be we actually get a straight grade on this coin. But very, very nice. Cannot complain about that. And then we'll put these aside up here. Last thing, and certainly not least, small coins are hard to pick up here by the rims. There we go. All good to go. Is going to be the CAC stickering submission here. And most of these are going to be mine, I think, all but 3 or 4. So I've got huge stacks of rattlers. I've got older holders, and I've got a few, one GSA, lots of Carson Cities in this one. But purchased this from another dealer. Beautiful surfaces, no PVC on the coin, MS66 full bands. I think this is going to be a great candidate for a gold sticker here. I would love to see that. I think this is a lock for a green bean, but gold sticker on that one. I picked a lot of these rattlers up, all the dollars from Green Bay. Nice 1887 MS63 dimple. Nice surfaces, great cheek on there. The only thing is we got to make sure that the coin is PL enough or deep proof-like enough for that. 850 MS64, again, wonderful cheek, no PVC. Not a terrible strike for New Orleans mint. Typically you see a lot of weakness in the hair, but very, very nice for a MS64. And the hope is that all of these would get a green sticker. I'm very, very selective. Typically my pass rate is around 70%. That is including customers' coins. I'm hoping to push that percentage pass rate a little higher. 79S, MS63 proof-like. And I may be shooting myself in the foot by sending in PL and DPL or dimple designations, just because John Albanese is very, very, very picky on those. But I do think that I do try to pick out and be very selective with what I send out. But nice 63, a little bit more chatter on the face. Reverse is nice. It's got a few kind of interesting spots on there. You can see some of the, when I hold it like this, you can see some of the die adjustment lines. It really shows up in the reflection. But that one, nice MS65 here. 1880 Philly. None of these coins are like exceptionally expensive, but they are just getting really tough to get in general. Even just find rattlers. Those guys, let's see. You've seen this one before. This is a MS64 McKinley. I think this is way, way nice. Let me grab the loop here. I think this is, you know, gold is tough. I actually don't even know if I've sent gold. Come on. Does not like it with the small coin. We'll just get it close to the camera for you guys. But great luster on this. I think this is a coin flip, so to speak. It does have something going on the surface of the coin. The little hazy, but the luster is amazing on this one. Some kind of interesting spotting. I just know that I would always wonder if this coin would pass if I didn't send it in. So I'm just deciding just to do it, knowing that realistically it may not get a sticker, but I think it would just keep me up at night just wondering. So that's why I'm sending that one in, even if I do think that it may not pass. MS66, beautiful, beautiful luster on this Ike, and I have a second one that's just as nice. Gold Ikes in Rattlers are like 150 to 200 bucks for some reason. This is like a $25 coin retail on a normal modern PCGS holder. But for some reason, people just go crazy for them in the Rattlers. We'll do the other one and compare. They're both 72Ss. I like this one, 218. Looking at the serial number 6218, a lot more than I like 0541. It's got some interesting yellowing on 541, and 218 is just a lot brighter. But I think for the price point, I should submit both of these. With stickers, these coins are probably 400 bucks. Gold sticker is like, you can ask whatever you want on that. Last two Rattlers, 1884 Dimple again. And this is a 63. They're not as frosty. This one is pretty chattery. I do not know if this one would pass. It has this kind of interesting kind of tiger striping on the reverse. And you can see that's why they call them Rattlers, just because they make a little sound sometimes. This one too, 1890 MS63. Nice surfaces. Coin is a little hazy, little yellow, but still attractive nonetheless for that. And I've got another like 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. So we'll stack these up. And then we will run through these. This is my coin, MS64, Carson City. I don't know if I've showed you guys this one before, but I purchased this with a group of other coins for another customer. I think this is just beautiful. Hardly any rub on the cheek. Great surfaces. Reverse is like 65.5. It's nearly perfect aside from having just a little bit of, I don't know, kind of a drag line in between the wreath and the lettering. But this is a wonderful coin. Hopefully we'll get that one. We'll do all the customers' coins last. This 78cc is mine. MS62, which is totally like silly. I think this is like a 63 all day. 64 maybe in someone's, if someone's really particularly being generous, but just one big contact mark in the cheek. Fields are very, very nice. Good strike, and again, the reverse is phenomenal on this one. Hoping for my prediction would be gold on this one, but we'll see. This one is one of the two coins that I picked from the last group of nice coins. And you just like, the color on this is insane. Beautiful. There's like just flowing luster on this. And something like this would just totally benefit from a CAC sticker. The only thing that may hold it back is that it has a red-brown designation and not a brown. It may be a downgrade price-wise to get it into a brown, but honestly, with this color, it's the kind of coin that you put any price on. I mean, the reverse is just as much of a stunner, and I do not think I will be selling this one just because, I don't have too many Indians in my collection, and I know I don't have a proof, but like, this is just amazing. Beautiful, beautiful coin. So this one, I think, is probably 50-50. If it doesn't pass, it's because it's a brown, or considered brown and not red brown. Just dropping stuff today, boy. End of the day, long week. 1826, again, pick this up in Green Bay. Compare this to the last AU55 in the last video. This just has so much more luster. Great fields. Be really disappointed if this did not get a sticker. It's a little bit of crustiness at the bottom of the coin here. I'm hoping that it's not from an old cleaning, but it just has so much originality. The luster is all the way there. The reverse is phenomenal. Amazing strike on this coin. You know, I think even if it doesn't sticker, which would be very, very sad, but I think that this is going to stick with me because I just love that for an AU55. Bird clock. It is 6 o'clock at night as I'm filming this right after the shop closed. Has been busy, busy, busy this week, which is great. All right, and now we'll get to the customer coins. So this is a 81cc MS64. I like this. Nice surfaces. It's a little chattery. Cheek is very solid. No major detracting hits except for the one on the nose. There we have this one, which is, you saw this in the last video, but this is going to get submitted. Beautiful, beautiful coin. This used to be a 66 star and NGC holder, and I think that this would have a solid shot at getting a sticker. This 80cc and MS64 Plus. Kind of a fun thing to know is that CAC stickering does not take into account plus or star grades, so I think that this having that is a nice upside. The only thing that may keep it from not getting the sticker is this big hit in the cheek there. But otherwise, the rest of the surfaces are just really, really great on this coin. Cannot complain about that. I think without that hit, this would have been a 65. And the last one, nice big boy. This is a 1885 Carson City MS64. And people think I'm a little weird for this. I like the PCGS holders that go over the hard case. I just find that that is a nice way to contain the coin, as opposed to just putting like a weird belt on it. But I think that this also has a nice, solid chance. Again, just that one ding on the cheek. Great surfaces. Cannot complain about that. But that is that for the PCGS and CAC stickering submissions. Guys, please let me know what you think. Reach out in the comments. Always happy to read your guys' comments and hear from you guys on your opinions. But that is it, and we will wrap this video up and dive into the giveaway now. All right, everybody, so let's get into that giveaway. For today, I have a group of 5 lower grade large cents available for the winner of the giveaway. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and you'll be entered into each video's giveaway. eBay, lots of stuff coming along, lots of new items coming up for sale very shortly in the next few hours, as well as a lot of items that are ending at 8 p.m. today. So check that out. Got a lot of nice bulk items, watches, odds and ends, things like that. So if you're interested in that, please reach out or bid on them there. Items up for sale on the website still, trying to keep that updated as things come and go, as well as Instagram jewelry here being posted pretty much daily there, as well as behind the scenes here on the shop Instagram. All right, so let's grab the comments from the last video. 45 comments, thank you everybody. All right, Steven, you are the winner. Please reach out to me to claim your prize. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.